Our next story is about Iran. It is escalating its nuclear activity ahead of key talks with 3 European powers. In fact, Iran has started the insertion of uranium gas into its newly activated advanced centrifuges. Iran's top nuclear official, Mohammad Eslami, has made this announcement. For the unversed, the introduction of uranium gas is an essential step to activate the centrifuges, which function by spinning the element rapidly to increase the proportion of the fissile isotope U-235. It's basically part of the process of enriching uranium, just to put this simply. Reports of Iran injecting gas into its centrifuges came on the same day that Iran's foreign minister made a strong warning to the West. In an interview, Seyed Abbas Araghchi made it absolutely clear that Iran could revoke its ban on nuclear weapons if the West decides to impose UN sanctions again. In fact, Araghchi said that Iran possesses both the capability as well as the knowledge to produce nuclear weapons. He also clarified that possessing such weapons is not part of Iran's security strategy, but not before slamming European nations. Araghchi accused European nations, particularly the UK, Germany and France, for its confrontational approach following last week's board meeting of the UN Nuclear Inspectorate, the IAEA. During this meeting, European powers reportedly passed a motion stating that Iran has failed to cooperate with inspectors and is amassing a stockpile of uranium for purposes that are not peaceful or civilian. In a defiant response to IAEA's resolution, Tehran announced this week it was activating new and advanced centrifuges, further advancing its nuclear program. Iran's nuclear program has already made the West anxious. They say that Iran already enriches uranium at near weapons-grade levels and boasts a stockpile enough for several nuclear bombs if it chooses to pursue them. In June this year, the IAEA said that Iran had begun spinning new centrifuges and planned to deploy more. Naturally, Araghchi's warning will concern Western officials. It comes just before scheduled discussions between Iran and European countries. The discussions are reportedly aimed at restricting Iran's enrichment activities and enhancing inspections of Iran's nuclear sites. Iran's willingness to also engage with the 3 European countries so quickly after the censure comes just weeks before Trump returns to the White House. During his first term, Trump focused on imposing severe sanctions on Iran following America's unilateral exit from the 2015 nuclear agreement. That pact between Tehran and major powers was designed to provide Iran with relief from severe Western sanctions in return for limiting its nuclear program and prevent development of a nuclear weapon. Just to be clear here, Tehran has repeatedly denied having any intentions of pursuing nuclear armaments. But in response to the US exit, Tehran reportedly weakened its compliance with the agreement, increasing its uranium enrichment levels to 60%. That's nearly the 90% needed, by the way, for a nuclear bomb. Even when Biden came to power, indirect discussions between Washington and Tehran to revive the nuclear deal did not quite succeed. And now analysts are saying Iran is trying to basically avoid the double pressure from European powers and from Trump administration, the incoming Trump administration. Under the current agreement, which expires in October 2025, Iran's enrichment was limited to 3.67%. Earlier, in fact, Araghchi expressed growing frustration in Tehran about unmet promises like lifting sanctions. This frustration has sparked a debate. As a result of this frustration, will Iran change its nuclear policy? Ultimately, Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, holds the final say in Iran's decisions, and he has issued a fatwa against using atomic weapons. Will the West pay attention to Iran's warnings? That remains to be seen. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.